friends, we have spring rolls that look amazing with a sauce that took us less than 30 seconds to assemble. Welcome to another episode of Raihana's Cuisines. On this episode, we're going to do a short tutorial on how to boil chicken and then shred it so that you can use it in different recipes. This chicken that we're going to use is, I have a video on chicken a la king, which I make differently. I make the healthy version of chicken a la king. You might want to check out that recipe. That uses the shredded meat. And then, you can use the shredded meat in almost anything. You can even substitute for the corn pie recipe, corn pie bake recipe that I have on YouTube. And you can check out my YouTube channels under Raihana's Cuisines. The tutorial is on there. So today we're just going to do a short tutorial, and I have a basic, I always follow a basic marination recipe. And so we're going to get started here. I'm going to go ahead and turn my stove on. You want to make sure that your stove is nice and hot. Oops, sorry about that. Nice and hot before we put the chicken in there. And for the boiling of the meat, I just wanted to make sure that I let you know that I do not use any oil. No olive oil, no kind of oil, because you're just boiling it. You just want it to be, just boiled meat with a little bit of flavor in it. So for the flavor, for the spices, what I'm going to do is I use ginger and garlic paste. This I do it myself at home, and it's fresh. So we're going to go ahead and add the ground ginger and garlic. I hardly ever use powder stuff. I just don't think there's any taste or any flavoring in the powder taste. I like, especially in my meat, I really like the ginger and garlic in there, so it takes away from the smell of the meat. I have some salt here, which is sea salt, and I like working with sea salt when I'm marinating my meat. I have some lemon pepper here. I know that in some places you can't find lemon pepper, so if you can't find lemon pepper, that's fine, you can omit it. But if you want, you can add some lemon zest or some lime zest in there just to give it that citrus taste. So I'm just going to add some in there. And then I have fresh black pepper that I'm going to add in there. And I have some peppercorns in different colors in there, so I'm just going to add that, a little bit of that in there too. And I like the taste of pepper when it's really marinated in the meats. Just tastes so good, it takes away from the meat smell again. So I'm just gonna give it a good marination here. Now you could, if you want, you could leave this to marinate for about 20-25 minutes. But like I said, just because we're boiling it, I'm not gonna be adding any more water in there. It's the water that's going to secrete out of the chicken and give us a good chicken stock. If you want to keep the chicken stock, make sure that you save it. But what I do is I just make sure that I have my stove on higher, and then I just mix it until all the water has disappeared. So I'm going to show you how that looks like. We're just going to put that in there. Just going to give it a good mix. You don't even need for it to cook. Just give it a good mix so that you know that all your ingredients are incorporated in there. And the next thing we're going to do is we're just going to close the lid on top, and then we're going to give it about 20-25 minutes for the chicken to get done. And when we come back, I'm going to show you how the chicken gets done and how we're going to shred this. So we're back and our chicken is done. It's warm. If you want to wait to shred it, go ahead, but I can go ahead and show you how it works here. So what you want to do is get it out on a plate. And this is just a quick tutorial to show you, how fast you can make shredded meat at home. So all you want to do is you just want to go towards the grain. Like you can see that the grains are right there. And the warmer it is, the faster it kind of just comes together, just melts. And these would work really well for sandwiches. And make sure you see my recipe on the healthy version of chicken a la king. And I'll just go ahead and shred the other one up, but this is just to show you that this is how we would have our shredded meat for our other recipes. You'll wait that, cool this down really nicely before you put it in a Ziploc bag, and make sure you date it and put the name on it. And so you don't wait, because once things get frozen, everything looks the same. So make sure you put all the dates on there, and then as you go ahead and freeze your items, make sure you rotate it. So we have the shredded chicken here. Make sure you get into my recipes to see where we're going to be using this shredded chicken. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Raihana's Cuisines. I hope to see you here next time with another great recipe. Thank you, friends.